morning. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is the Morning Report. Listen, Texas federal judge Fred Beery, who's a Clinton appointee, has ordered the release of 5-year-old Liam Ramos and his father from an ICE detention center in Texas. In his decision, he includes a photo of the boy and gets today's date wrong, February 31st. You drunk? As you know, there is no such thing as February 31st. While saying that ICE's administrative warrants, quote, do not pass probable cause muster, that it is called the fox guarding the henhouse. The Constitution requires an independent judicial officer. And then he goes on to write, quote, observing human behavior confirms that some among us, the perfidious lust for unbridled power and the imposition of cruelty in its quest knows no bounds, and are bereft of human decency. And the rule of law be damned. Ultimately, petitioners may, because of the arcane United States immigration system, return to their home country, either involuntarily or by self-deportation. But that result should occur through a more orderly and humane policy than currently in place. That's what he said. Well, I've got news for you, Judge Beery. No, the rule of law is not to be damned. And it's not yours to rewrite because it offends your sensibilities. Your words drip with moral outrage. But outrage is not authority. Courts do not exist to indulge indignation or to sermonize about cruelty or to scold the political branches for failing to meet a judge's preferred vision of compassion. Courts exist to apply the law as written, full stop. So when you speak of some lust for unbridled power, you don't describe a statute. You don't identify an unconstitutional act. You describe a villain of your own imagination and then proceed as if that imagined motive grants you license to reshape the machinery of government. It doesn't. Power constrained by law is not cruelty. Power exercised within statutory bounds is not tyranny. What's dangerous is that a judiciary that confuses moral theater with legal reasoning. You concede, you say yourself, plainly and without ambiguity, that the petitioners may still be removed. That admission collapses your moral indictment. If the law permits the outcome, then your grievance is not legal. It's political. And political grievances belong in the legislatures, not in the courtrooms. When you declare that the removal, quote, should occur through a more orderly and humane policy, you step outside your robe into a legislator's chair. Should is not a legal standard. Humane, undefined, and unbounded is not a rule of law. Those words are elastic enough to justify anything and restrain nothing, which is precisely why they are not entrusted to judges. Okay. The Constitution did not vest you with the authority to refine policy until it matches your conscience. It vested you with the duty to say what the law is, not what you wish it were. A judge who substitutes empathy for statute is not correcting injustice. They're creating instability. Today it's immigration, tomorrow it's speech, or self-defense, or religious liberty, or property rights. Once the law bends to feeling, it bends for everybody and everything. So let's be clear. Calling law enforcement, quote, cruelty, end quote, is not moral clarity. It's moral manipulation. And it trains the public to see enforcement itself as evil and restraint as heartless. That rhetoric does not soften society. It hardens it against the very concept of law. If Congress had built this arcane system, then Congress got to fix it. If the executive enforces it poorly, then voters must hold them accountable. The judiciary is not the nation's emergency brake for policy dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction is a hard word. When judges seize that role, they become what they claim to oppose: unaccountable wielders of power. The rule of law is not a suggestion. It's not a mood. It's not a vibe. It's not optional when outcomes feel unpleasant. It's the thin line between civilization and chaos. And every time a judge treats it as subordinate to a personal morality, that line frays. You are not appointed to be merciful. You're appointed to be faithful. And fidelity to the law, even when it's hard. It is the very definition of justice. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been The Morning Report. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.